what is geographical indication? It is it's an indications, or we can say it is a we can say the certification that the product possesses certain qualities, or we can say the product is made according to the traditional method, or we can uh, say that these particular products having the specific or the good reputation due to their geographical origins. We have seen various examples. The well-known example is of our Alfonso mangoes. That is also having the geographical registration. Uh, Also, we have discussed the necessity of geographical indications, why geographical indications are necessary to register. So basically, it allows the producers to obtain the market recognitions and often the premium price that also we can achieve. Then, then basically the geographical indications that confirm the legal protections here. So there are various advantages are also there. Today we'll discuss about the procedure for registering the geographical indications. Who can file the applications, or what are the different steps, what are different applications are there, or where you can geographical apply for the geographical indications. Just 1 minute. Okay. So what are the conditions to get the GI tag? GI tag is a geographical indication tag. So when you are applying for the geographical indication, there are some points that you have to consider. That all the geographical, there are 34 classes are there in which different goods are divided, and depending upon that goods, basically these particular GI tags are given, means like for various products are there. As I already discussed, geographical indications are not only based for the agricultural product. It may be any product that is famous in that specific territory. So it relates to the goods, although in some countries the services are also included there. These services or these particular goods must originate from the defined area. Then the important condition to get GI is that that particular product or that particular services must have some qualities, some reputations or other characteristics which are clearly linked to the geographical origins of the goods. As I already discussed regarding the Mumbai Vada Pav, which is famous in Mumbai, but we cannot take the geographical indications on that particular product, because that particular vada pav which will not have any geographical connections. It is only one product which is famous, but as we know, they have that particular product which did not have the uniqueness like our Alfonso mangoes, which having the unique tenders, which having the unique taste. So it must possess some qualities, some reputations, and characteristics which are clearly linked to the geographical origins of the goods. These 3 points we have already discussed: PDO, PGI, and a TSG. What is PDO? That is the protected designations of origins. Then PGI, that is the protected geographical indications, and TSG, that is the traditional specializations guaranteed. What is the difference between these three products, or these particular tags is when this particular PDO, that is protected designations of origins, they covers all the agricultural products and the foodstuffs which are produced, processed or prepared in specific geographical areas, like Alfonso mangoes we can take here. Then the protected geographical indications means which covers the agricultural products and foodstuffs that are closely linked to the geographical area, but at least one of the stage of the productions or the process or the preparation that takes place in the area, while the raw materials that is used in the productions can come from the another regions, like a Nashik wine, Sula wine that we are talking about. So the raw materials required to prepare that Sula wine, it is coming from the various territories. they are not developed or they have not produced their grapes or various fruits in their area, but they produce the wine. So raw materials required for preparing that particular wine they have collected from the various regions. Then last one, that is the TSG, traditional specializations guaranteed. So which highlighted the traditional characters either in the compositions or either in a means of the production, like a Kolhapuri chappals, as I already discussed. That the leather required for the preparations of that footwears that are not prepared in actual Kolhapur, they have purchased their or yeah, they are purchasing the leathers from the neighboring regions, and then they form one product which is a specialty of that particular regions. So we can say some product can get the PDOs, but some products they have specified get the PGI as well as the TSG. So sometimes it comes in the minds whether these particular geographical indications are compulsory or we have to register geographical indications or not. So basically, if you think that registration is not compulsory, but obviously that registrations offers the better legal protection to facilitate the actions of further improvement. Suppose in your territory you are developing or you are producing some quality product but you are not registered. Simple examples regarding the Alfonso mangoes if you are not registered with the geographical indications. So anyone in a any state they can cultivate the mangoes and they can sell the mangoes as the name of the Alfonso mango. But if you are registered under geographical indications, it will give the benefit. Means it will offer the better legal protection. If someone selling the any other mangoes in the name of the Alfonso mangoes, so you can file the case because basically who can apply for the applications. So there is the organizations. As we are talking about the Alfonso mangoes, as already I have discussed, GI registrations for the Alfonso mangoes is belongs to Dapuri Krushi Vidyapit. So it is associated with the Devgad Amba Krushi Vyapari. So this is the organizations they can take the actions against those persons who can impinge the geographical origins. Now they have said that only 5 districts so only 5 districts that they can cultivate the Alfonso mango. In any other regions apart from this five district, if anybody claims regarding the Alfonso mangoes, it will not be applicable for those because the soil, the you can say the geographical conditions required to grow up that mango or you can say the characteristics of the mango apart from the other mango that is specials in our Alfonso mango, there are various varieties of mangoes are there. So this gives the legal protections. Also, the authorized users can exercise the exclusive right to use the geographical indication. So that particular persons have the total rights to use the uh, fully use the benefit or take the benefits of that specific registered geographical indication. And we already discussed there are various benefits of registering the geographical indications. The cost is there. Also, uh, brand values we can set or we can means consumers are ready to pay excess amount or the we can say the more amount for the original product. So how this particular geographical indications comes in India when India joins the WTO, that we are going to see, or what are the different clauses are there, different articles are there that are helpful for registering your geographical indication, that we are going to discuss. So these are the some economicals and the social benefits of the GI that we already discussed. The important thing that I have to discuss here that under the 2019 consumer survey, 40% of consumers that are ready to pay the premium price for the origin granted products or guaranteed products or we can say the original product. So more than 40% are ready to pay the excess amount for that particular original product. We also pay some excess amount for Alfonso mangoes also. Means suppose in a market one means एक particular 1000 किंवा 1200 असेल किंवा डझनला पण आपण तेवढा पैसा मोजायला तयार असतो. So what will happen because of that particular geographical indications? Obviously, it will increase the production's output as well as the land cost, and that will ultimately help for the rural development and the sustainability. So basically, it provides the right owners with the opportunity to get the economic benefits from their geographical indications and with the right to exclude the non-entitled users. Means no one can sell or no one can take the benefits of that particular original products by selling or by cultivating unless and until they are so registered under the what are the organizations are there. So under that organization they have to register. So also it creates the legal protections for the investment in the products and the region. So now we can see in the Konkan region most of the land were developed for the cashew as well as for the Alfonso mango. So it will increase the land cost also. So these are the some economicals and the social benefits of the geographical indications. But when India joins the WTO, or what are the steps involved in the geographical indications are still pending. So as we know, India as a member of the World Trade Organizations, so he enacted the geographical indications good Registration and Protections Act 1999 and has comes in force with effect from the 15th September 2003. So here we can say how much time it will require to uh, to enforce the Geographical Indications Act. So obviously, before that, there are many very various origins are there. Various original products are there. They are not patented, or sorry, not patented, which is not registered. And because of that, many of the countries have taken the advantages also. Important examples I will share like basmati rice. One US based company, Rice Tech, they have developed one aromatic rice and they got the patent for that particular aromatic rice. But as we know, the basmati rice, which is grown up in our Indian and the Pakistan region, means in the Punjab region mostly. So obviously, because of it, which is not registered under the specific conditions, they have taken the benefits. But then India filed the case, and now that particular basmati have the rights. All the rights are reserved to the Indian government. Same for the turmeric also. That also we have discussed for the patenting. In a patent, I have discussed that case. So basically, this particular Geographical Indications Act comes into force or effective from 15 September 2003, and first GI product to get geographical indications in India, that is Darjeeling tea in 2004. 2003 मध्ये pass झाला and 2000 Kanchipuram silk or the saris are the geographical indications act. So the central government of the India has established a geographical indication registry with all the Indian jurisdictions in Chennai. So basically, where when you are going to register your geographical indications, you have to file the applications at the Indian Patent Register, Indian Patent Design and Trademark Office in a Chennai. That is the head office of our Indian Patent Act, Indian Patent or intellectual properties. So this particular GI Act, Geographical Indications Act, started in 1999 and has come into force in effect from the 15th September 2003. So that particular GI Act is being administered by the same. It is the Controller General of Patent, Trademark and Patent Design and Patent Design and Trademarks. So the same Controller General will act as a controller for the or the registrar for the geographical indications. So there are two basic obligations on WTO. I mean, there are two basic agreements are there on which uh, uh, this means in our TRIPS agreements, trade related aspects of intellectual property rights agreements, which is that was in Geneva, where there are two basic articles are there. So that two articles that mostly related for the geographical indications. So what they are? So as already discussed, Article 22 and Article 23 of the trade-related aspects of the intellectual property rights agreements, it was the part of the agreements concluding the uh, Uruguay rounds of the GATT negotiations. So these particular two articles, Article 22 and Article 23. So Article 22 that prevents the misleading the public as the geographical origins of the book. That means it deals with the definitions of the geographical indications and set the minimum level of protections to be available for the geographical indications. In, indications that is identifying the any types of the goods. As I have already discussed, there are 34 groups are there. So under section 4, so chapter 4, the Geographical Indications Act, they have classified the goods or the product in a different 34 classes. So on that particular 34 classes, these particular articles that prevent the misleading to the public as to the geographical origins of the goods. Means suppose I am saying this particular product having the geographical indications. So this particular Article 22 set out some minimum level of protections for the available geographical indication, identifying the types of goods. And Article 23 that prevents the use of the geographical indications identifying wines that are not originating in the place. That means this particular article 23 that provides for the higher level of protections for the geographical indications with identifying wines and the spirits or the alcohol, like uh, Scotch, which is famous in Scotland, or the wine we can say. So, under this particular Article 23, this is the special protection they have provided for the wines or the other spirits. So, these are two important articles that they have made under the uh, means these particular two articles covered under the TRIPS agreements. Uh, that is for especially for the geographical indications. And on these two articles, all the process is based. So now, who can apply for the registrations of the geographical indications? So not a single person can apply for the applications for the registering the geographical indication. There must be some associations or the persons that can be applied for the geographical indication. So any associations of persons, any producers, organizations, or the authority established by or under the law that can apply for the registrations of the geographical indication. So like Dakuli Krushi Vidyapit associated with the Devgarh Vyapari, they have filed the applications for the Alfonso mangoes. Uh, Anybody knows the history of Alfonso mangoes? अल्फॉन्स कोकण हापूसला अल्फॉन्सो मँगोज का म्हणतात थोडा माहिती Yes and no. The first plant which is grown in Konkan region was coming from the Portuguese jungle and the military experts. By his name, that particular mangoes are named as a Alfonso. The name after Alfonso de Albuquerque. A Portuguese exporter was there from in Konkan regions. After grafting on mango tree to produce a varieties of Alfonso. Now there are more than 70 varieties of Alfonso mangoes are there. There is one specialty of Alfonso mangoes is also there. जर तुम्ही अल्फॉन्सो मँगोज ची पोय असते तुम्ही रुजवता किंवा ते तुम्ही ज्यावेळी ड्रोन करता त्यावेळी तो कधीही कलम फॉर्म करत नाही. तो तुमचा रायवळच आंबा फॉर्म करतो. So if you want to get that particular alfonso, you have to carry it out with the grafting process. So जे कलम असल्याचं तुम्हाला ते जी फांदी आहे ती ग्राफ्ट करावी लागते आणि मग त्याच्यामधून तुमचं ते कलमी म्हणजे कलम आंबा जो म्हणतो तो डेव्हलप केला जातो. That is the speciality of Alfonso mango. So basically, any association of the persons or the producers or the organizations or the authority established by or under the law that can apply for the registrations of the geographical indications. Those applicants must have must have the interest of that producers. Suppose I have just registering applying for the registration for geographical indication, but I am not interested for producing that product just for the registration purpose. I am or just for nobody can take the benefits for that purpose I have registered. So that thing which will not be accepted here. So those applicants must represent the interest of that particular producers. And the applicant should be in a writing in a prescribed form. You have to prepare the 3 copies and that you have to submit it. The applicant should be addressed to the registered or the geographical indications along with the prescribed fee. So fee structure is also there for the first time applications. You have to pay the 5,000 fees. After the lineation purpose, you have to pay the 3,000 fees because the term for this particular geographical indication is of 10 years. So Alfonso mangoes, the rate of filing is 2000 in 2008. Now the 10 years are completed. They have renewed the time, or we can say they have renewed the application, or they have renewed the geographical indications in 2018. Now next they have to renew in 2028. So 10 years of a term that they have specified for the geographical indications. Like a patent, it is 20 years. Like industrial designs, we are having also the 10 years, 10 plus 5 years. Okay. So now we'll see the actual process, registration process for the uh, geographical indications. What are the different steps are there? So as it is an intellectual property, the steps are remain the same as we have discussed for the previous two intellectual properties, like for the industrial designs as well as for your patent also, that you have to file the application, then it will be scrutinized, then the examinations will be carried out. If any objections will be there, that has to be that you have to overcome, then again the hearing will be there. uh, then all the objections are clarified, then it will be registered in the Geographical Indications Act. Also the opposition process will be there. So that we are going to discuss. What are the time durations for each and every step, that we are going to discuss here. So basically, while the filing the applications, you have to first check that whether the indications come under the ambit of the definitions of the GI under the section 2E. Means what are the definitions they are given under the Geographical Indication Act. So under which class these particular geographical indications are based, that we have to first decide. Then the associations of the persons or the producers or any organizations or the authority should represent the interest of producers of the concerned goods and should file an affidavit how the applicant claims to represent their interest. So as we already discussed, we can apply for the registration. So any organizations, any associations of the person or the producers or the authority, those having the interest of producing that particular goods, and they have to give the affidavit about the applicant claims to represent their interest. So that applicant, after the applications must be made in triplicates, means 3 copies of application that you have to prepare. The application shall be signed by the applicant or his agent and must be accompanied by the statement of the case. So you have to give the details to the special characteristics and how those standards are maintained. Means suppose you are registering for the Alfonso mango, you have to give the special characteristics of that particular Alfonso mango, its textures, its smell, or its taste, or its bulkiness, or how it is grown up. For that purpose, what are the climatic conditions you require? Means like a soils, which type of soils you require, which type of fertilizers that you are using, or what is the process to produce that particular product, that you have to give in a detailed base, like a claim drafting that we have made in a patent. The same detailed information that you have to give for the for that particular claims. Also, you have to provide three certified copies of the map of the regions to which the GI related. Means, suppose I have to take the permissions or I have to register in Konkan regions. So, under the Konkan regions, which area where you are going to cultivate or you are going to produce that particular product. So, you have to give the three copies of the maps of that particular regions and the details of the inspection structures, if any, to regulate use of the geographical indications in the territory, that also you have to give, and you have to give the details of the all the applicants together with the addresses. If there is a large numbers of producers, a collective reference you can give, uh, and you have to send that particular applications to the Chennai, where geographical indications main or the headquarters is there. Then the second and third step, that is the preliminary scrutiny and the examinations. So the examiners will scrutinize the applications for any deficiency. Now the applicant within a 1 month of the communications of this regards, they have to send the remedies. Means the content of the statement of the case that is assessed by the consultative group of the experts, and they will find out any deficiencies in your applications. Then within a 1 month you have to reapply or you have to submit the applications for the examination purpose. Then suppose any objections are there, then if the registered has any objections to the applications, he will communicate with he will communicate such objections. Then applicant must respond within a 2 months or apply for the hearing. So first, within a 1 month, you have to clarify some deficiencies in your applications after the scrutinizations of the by the examiners. And after the examination, suppose that particular registrar has any objections on your application, so within a 2 months, you have to respond for their objections. What are the decisions will be duly communicated? If the applicant wishes to appeal, he may within a 1 month make the request. Also, like controller, the registered also have the empower to withdraw an applications if it is accepted and in errors or after giving an opportunity of being heard for your whatever your in your favor also. Then once show cause notice will be given and objections are objections or you are overcoming all the objections, then that particular geographical indications that is published in geographical indication journal. So each applications within a 3 months of the acceptance shall be published in geographical indications journal. So there is a geographical indication journals where application is published. So what first after application within a 1 month any any deficiencies are there, you have to uh, provide the remedy that you have to reapply within a 1 month. If after 2 months, after the examinations, if they show the show cause notice, you have to overcome those objections also. So that 2 months. So after these 3 months, your application within the 3 months of acceptance that is published in a geographical indication journal. Now this but now after the publications, it is open for the publicly. Now anybody can take the objections or file the opposition for the registration. So if any persons can file the notice of opposition within a 3 months, means after the publications, within a 3 months you can file for the oppositions of the registration or extended by 1 month if you have filed before the 3 months that can oppose the geographical indication application that is published and in the journal. So basically, the register have the means what is the registry will be there. It can be available by paying the specific fees. Now the registrars shall serve the copy of the notice on the applicant. Suppose uh, if any persons take the objections, so that the copies of notice to the original applicants that is sent by the registrar. Now within a 2 months, the applicant shall send a copy of the counter statement. Means whatever the objections are there from the particular person for the opposition, so within a 2 months you have to give the reply for that notice. So if he does not do this, so that applications will be abandoned for the specific time durations, where the counter statement has been filed and registered shall serve copy on the persons giving the notice of the oppositions. So after that, so both the sides will lead their respective evidence by way of the affidavit and supporting document, and the date of hearing will be fixed, and both of the hearing will be carried out, and on the basis of that, the registration is given. So after the oppositions, so first thing, after the oppositions within a 2 months you have to give the reply. If you have failed to reply within a 2 months, your applications will be abandoned and then the hearing date will be given, and from the both the side their arguments will listen, and after that it will decide whether to register your product goods under the local indications or not. So under the registration process, where an applications for the GI has been accepted, the registrar shall register the geographical indications starting from the date of filing of the applications and shall be deemed to be the date of registration. जी तुमची date of filing आहे application ची तीच तुमची date of registration होते. Like 2008 ला ज्यावेळी 22 सप्टेंबर 2008 ला अल्फान्सो मेंडेसचं application फाईल केलं गेलं होतं आणि एक अकरा 2008 ला त्याचं रजिस्ट्रेशन फायनल झालं. So the date of your filing, that will be your date of registration. So 2008 will be the date of your registration. So from there 10 years that GI will be the valid, and you can renew it after the 10 years by paying the specific fees also. So after entering into the register shall issue to the applicant certificate with the seal of the geographical indications indication registry. The registered GI shall be valid for the 10 years and can be renewed on a payment of renewal fees. There is another one conditions, additional protections to notified goods is also provided in this particular act. So this is the simple process of registrations. So the same process that we are carried out for the patent also, there is the examinations also, there is the first examinations report also, there is the objections also. So here the basic layout of registration process for your geographical indications. So here we can see the first you have to file the applications, then examinations will be carried out, then acceptance will be there, then advertise in the geographical indication journal. If any objections are there, if any objections are none, acceptance, then enter into the GI register and registrations of certificate that is issued. Suppose after the examinations, if any objections are there, there will be opportunity for the hearing. Once it is accepted, it will advertise in geographical indications journal. Then oppositions for the registrations is there, allowed or refused. If refused, you can apply for the IPAB. IPAB, that is the Intellectual Property Appellate Boards. So that will where you can apply like a high court. These particular affiliate codes, which is for basically for the intellectual properties. So where you can apply, and if which is opposition is refused, GI is accepted and which is entered into geographical registrations. Now here you have to just remember the time durations. So after the filing the applications, first primary examinations will be there. If any deficiencies are there or the objections are there, within a 1 month that you have to file or you have to reapply. Then second one, after the acceptance, if any objections are there, so within a 2 months that you have to file or you have to overcome those objections or you have to clarify those objections. Then within a 3 months, it will advertise in a GI journal. Now, after that, within a 3 months also, anybody can oppose your oppositions, and within a 2 months, you have to give the answers for their oppositions, and then after that, it will decide for the hearing purpose, and where after listening from the both the sides, they will decide whether to allow or whether to refuse or whether to accept or whether to reject your application. And after the acceptance of the GI, that particular geographical indications that is entered into a geographical indication register, and they issue the registration certificate is issued with the stamp by the geographical indications. So this is a simple process that is applied. So these are the two cases that they have given, as I already discussed about the basmati rice. So in 1997, American-based company Rice Tech, they were granted a patent by the US Patent Office for the aromatic rice grown outside the India for the basmati. So obviously India objected to it, as we already know. Basmati rice is traditionally grown in India and Pakistan. So granting a patent for the rice take, that is for to the rice take, it is violated the Geographical Indications Act and the TRIPS agreement. So after a request for the re-examinations of this patent was filed on April 20, 2000. After filing the re-examinations, Rice-Tech decided to withdraw its claims because these particular basmati rice that are grown in our Indian and Pakistan border, like in the Punjab regions, and which is grown since various years. So just changing the aroma or just changing the small content, we cannot grant the patent for the specific product, because in patent also we have seen there are specific conditions. The mere rearrangements will not be get the patent, and it must have some originality. So basically, this particular basmati rice, that case, it is comes under the patent as well as comes under the geographical indications also. Another one case like turmeric. So in March 1995, University of Mississippi Medical Center were granted a US patent for the turmeric to be used to heal the wounds. And as we know, this particular use of the turmeric for healing the wounds, uh, which is mentioned in our ancient books also. So again, the Indian Council for the Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) filed a case against the US Patent Office, challenging the patent on the grounds of the prior art. It is already existing public knowledge, because in Sushruta and in other various books in our Indian cultures, they have given the various advantages of the turmeric, and we are using from the ancient time. So that the claim had to be backed by the written documentations claiming the traditional wisdoms of the knowledge. So this particular judgment for the turmeric case was for the first time that the patent based on traditional knowledge of a developing country was successfully challenged, and uh, so they present some Sanskrit text and a paper that was published in 1953 in the Journal of the Indian Medical Association. Then the US Patent Office appealed the objections and cancelled the patent. So these are the two important cases. Also, the several other patents applications pending for turmeric that are also uh, cancelled. So these are the two basic cases, like for the basmati rice and as well as for your turmeric cases. These are the two examples we can say that can be helpful for means that are comes under for the patent as well as for our geographical indications also. So this is all regarding the geographical indications. So basically, most of the times they will ask regarding the process only and the benefits of the geographical indications. Uh, so go to the process. Till now we have covered the three intellectual properties like patent, then industrial designs, and the third one now that is um, geographical indications. So there is a can say this, similarity between the process. If you compare the process, all the steps are same. First, you have to file the applications, then the examinations will be there. Applications is scrutinized. If any deficiencies are there, you have to reapply. Then, if any examinations by the registrant or the controller, if any objections are there, you have to file the objections. Then it is published in a specific books or the journals, like for the Indian patent, which is published in the patent registry or the patent website. Then for the industrial design and site for the geographical indications also. Then after, if any have the oppositions, they can file the oppositions for your application. Then again the hearing will take place, and depending upon the hearing, they will grant the what are the intellectual property rights to the specific person or not. So that the process will remain the same. So तुम्हाला जर नाहीच काही आठवलं like you can prepare one tree diagrams for this particular process because in last question paper most of the time means mostly they have asked the process for all the intellectual properties. What they basically expected from you is that the time durations required for each and every step and where you are going to apply for this particular registration process. The offices are there and what are the steps involved after the each and every steps means after the applications what is the next step or who can apply for that particular process. So that they require. So just kept in mind the steps that are involved that are the same. We are going to see copyright also and the trademark also. So for that also these particular steps will be remain the same. Okay, just remember the acts, the year of the acts and the process. Okay, so we'll stop here. Here our geographical indication topic is over. Okay, in next lectures we'll discuss about the Natural Biodiversity Act in detail. Okay, thank you.